Welcome to Stuck Time to Improv. I'm Mary Scott with Business Riff, and I want startups to be wildly successful. One of the things that you have to do to make money is marketing. And today we have Lorraine Ball from More Than a Few Words talking about 3 questions you need to ask and have the answer to before you start a marketing campaign. Welcome, Lorraine.
Thank you so much, Mary. It's so nice to be here.
Let's talk about marketing. What kinds of things do people really need to pay attention to?
Too often, business owners get very excited about the latest video or the latest platform, and they go running in all sorts of different directions. And I'm kind of an old school marketer, and I really believe that all of that stuff is great, but you got to start with the basics. And so I've got these 3 questions that I think everybody needs to answer before they go running off on their latest adventure.
So, what's question number one?
So, question number one is really simple. Who's your customer? And I know everybody's like, oh, well, it's this. And I know that I don't have to worry about it. And I'm going to say, yes, you do. Because the more specific you can be when you're thinking about your customer, the better your content will be, the better your marketing will be. And I'll give you my favorite example. How many times do you hear as you're talking to business owners that they are targeting small to mid-sized businesses?
What does that mean anyway?
Absolutely. And the biggest problem is that small business owners and business owners of slightly larger companies have very different mindsets. The small business owner, the person who owns a company, 10 employees or less, is typically focused on, they're still in the business, they're still running the business, they're still very, very hands-on. I like to say they have more time than money. When you start to talk to business owners who are in that next stage up, they're mid-sized businesses, 10 to 50 employees, 10 to 100 employees, they have more money than time. They now understand the value of their time and they will pay other people to do things. So when you're selling a service, who are you selling to? If it's small business owners, you need to be talking about why paying this for the service will free them up to do other things. If you're talking to mid-sized business owners, you've got to be focused on why your solution is the best solution or why your solution is better than doing it in-house. Your messaging needs to be very, very different. And I get people who say, well, but if I pigeonhole too much, if I think about just one industry, then I'm missing out on all this other business. You're not. You're going to hit a home run with that business, and your next marketing campaign can talk to a different audience. Every time you open your mouth, it doesn't have to tell people everything. And it doesn't have to talk to everybody.
People don't care about your secret sauce necessarily. They want to know what benefit they're going to derive from you solving a specific problem. And you're right, marketing campaigns need to be directed specifically to specific customers. What's the second question?
So the second question is, who is your competitor? And I love the businesses that say, well, this is a brand new business. Nobody has ever done anything quite like this before. Let's go back to question number one. Question number one is, who is your customer and what is their problem? And yesterday, before you came along, did they have that problem? And the answer is yeah. So how did they solve it? Who did they hire? Well, but it isn't as good as me. It doesn't matter. If your customer has a problem and they are getting it solved today, how are they solving it? That's your competitor. It may be a company that looks just like yours. When I was in the heating and air conditioning business, we were selling in new construction, and we had every air conditioner in the whole development. We already had that sale. But what we wanted to do was sell the upgrade. You know how when you build a new house, You could have the basic carpet or the upgraded carpet. We wanted people to buy the upgraded air conditioner. And we started with literature talking about how great our product was and how much better it was than every other air conditioning on the market, until we realized we weren't competing with other air conditioning companies. We were competing with the flooring, the Pella windows. And so we had to start talking about why working with us was a better choice than paying for upgraded carpet that your kids are going to spill grape juice on the first week. Knowing who your competitors are, knowing what are the other choices. If you're a business coach, it's not just another coach. There are all sorts of things that business owners might do to grow their business. And you've got to really dial in on what are you really competing with. So that's number 2. But by staying focused on a niche market, other people will hear the message and go, I think that could work for me, because it's clear and it's specific.
Very helpful for customers to be clear and specific. So what's the third question?
The third question is, what do you really want to accomplish? I know the short answer is I want to sell more. Great, I get that. But how do you define more? Do you want to sell more? Do you want a lot of new customers? Do you want to sell more to your existing customers? Do you want to introduce your existing customers to a new product, or do you want to introduce your product to a new market? Do you want to sell more of your high-end products? Or are you looking to encourage people to do add-on sales, to come back regularly? Each of those objectives is going to require different strategies. It's going to require that you put your message in different places. For example, if I need a lot of new customers, I'm going to go to social media. And depending on who my target is, I might go to Instagram, I might go to Facebook or LinkedIn, I might even go to TikTok. I'm going to pick it based on who I'm trying to reach. But if I'm trying to get my existing customers to come back to me, I'm not going to fight the noise on social media. I'm going to do it in an email. I'm going to do it at the cash register, at the point of purchase. I'm going to do text follow-up messages to the people that already know and love me. So depending on who I'm trying to reach, what my objective is, I'm going to pick different media. I'm also going to create different pages on my website, if I'm smart, for those different objectives. If my objective this month is to get people to step up from the basic, I'm going to build a comparison page on my website that says, this is fine. If you're just starting out, this is great. But what you really want is this. And oh yeah, if you really want to go way out here. And that third one, that's called decoy pricing. Nobody's really going to buy that. But when you offer a $9.99, a $19.99, and a $59.99, that $19.99 looks really good.
Well, thank you so much, Lorraine Ball, from More Than a Few Words. Know who your customer is, know who your competition is, and know what your objective is. And I'm sure there are plenty more marketing tips that Lorraine has, and we will put links in the comments so you can contact her directly. And I'm Mary Scott with Business Riff. I want startups to be wildly successful. And one of the best things you can do to accomplish that is book a call with me at businessriff.com. And join us again next time for Stuck, Time to Improv.